Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing some batch cooking, ready to put some food into storage containers. These are glass from Amazon. And I'm going to be batch cooking rice, potatoes, probably some veg, and the meats as well. There's not that many things, but I've done like a two-week little rotation thing, so the majority of it is fish. That's my main diet, and this won't be set in stone. So for example, week 2 on a Sunday is a chicken roast. I'm not going to go and cook a chicken roast now and then freeze it. That'll be done with my husband, but that might change to a lamb roast when it comes to the right time of the year, when we have our own lamb. So there's lots of different things in here. There's tuna pasta bake is today because I made it yesterday and I had half yesterday and I'm going to have the other half today, so I kind of worked from there. I haven't really made a plan of how much to eat on this. I just kind of wing it, but essentially I've got 5 of these for 1 week and 5 for another week, and then the weekends will come and they will probably be fresher things, because although I'm pre-planning food, I also need to think about when my husband's home. He's not home all the time, so there's weeks and weeks where he's away for work. But when he's home, I want to be able to share some meals with him. So stews and things like that, or there's a favourite of ours that we do, which is like a salmon and honey garlic glaze thing. And we'll probably do that fresh and together on a weekend. So these here are mostly for when I'm not gonna eat things that he would eat. So he eats beef and pork. I don't eat beef or pork, so that's when I'll focus on these. But also just having it pre-planned just makes it easier for shopping, which is really important right now because it is so expensive. Food is extortionate now. And so it'll be easier for that, and then easier for me in general, just keeping on top of what I'm eating and making sure I've got my protein in and my fibre and my kind of, everything. So I'm almost finished. I have got salmon ready for a stir fry, mashed potato with sea bass. That will have a sauce with it, like a hollandaise or a cheese sauce. Duck for, again, a stir fry. This one will actually be for my husband and I both. That's why there was so much rice in it. I just decided to do it all in one go. This one here is the one I love the most. It's like a Mexican, I don't even know if I've still got the wrapper for it. No? Yeah, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's got Mexican on it. But it's delicious. You're meant to do it with chicken, but I do it with the white fish, that's the really cheap stuff, because it's pretty flavourless, and that stuff's packed with flavour. So I've got 2 of those. And then there's 2 at the back here which are empty right now. That is for the venison stew, which is on the go. I realise you're not really, there we go. So this here is lamb mince that will be used for spaghetti or for lamb burgers maybe. That I'm not going to bother making for at least a week, so I'm not going to bother doing it now. And the salmon is just leftover salmon, and I've got loads of leftover fish actually. I've got way more than I need, which is great because it means that I did a really big shop. It was like 270 quid, which is really big for 2 people, but I was hoping it would last a long time, and I'm hoping it might last the whole month. I'm hoping. It didn't include fruit because they were totally out of fruit, and so I do need to get more blueberries. That's the other thing that I have got. I wanted to make sure that I have blueberries for every day, and my husband and I both eat a lot of blueberries. Like we've got a polytunnel, which is like a garden house that's going to get built. It's like halfway there, and that is that is basically the whole idea behind it, was to be able to grow our own blueberries because blueberries are so expensive. But in each one of these I've got 100 grams of blueberries because I found an interesting study years ago. I mean, it's probably well over 10 years old now, this study, but it was based off of a woman who had dementia. She took part in a trial, just her, and she consumed lots of blueberries every day, and her dementia reversed, which is crazy. It wasn't the only thing. They had her on blueberries and bacon. Yeah, blueberries and bacon. And her dementia went away. Now, I don't eat bacon, I don't eat pork, but I do eat blueberries. So ever since that study, I tried to incorporate blueberries in my diet. I never used to like blueberries, but I do now. Yeah, so I consume a lot of that every day. I know they expanded that study and it was found that it was the blueberries more than the bacon that did it. So anything to ward off dementia. I've still got some potato left over. That will go in the fridge because I might have that tomorrow with something. I've still got rice left over. I'll give that to the dogs in their meal today, I think. So yeah, pretty much all there for 2 weeks, and then I've still got loads of stuff afterwards as well. So since I started that video, it's actually been a few weeks, and I thought I would just give an update. Recently, I have been dog sitting for my sister. This isn't my house, this is hers. I will say I found making the meals beforehand, freezing them, and then coming here with all that frozen food already made, already portioned out, has been incredibly useful, incredibly handy to stick to my diet, stick to healthy eating as opposed to, you know, buying rubbish. So I've been really good. Recently was Valentine's, and my husband got me some chocolate, and just a little bit, but even still I was like, you can enjoy it, my love, because I need to be strict with myself for now, because I can't just have like a little bit of chocolate. I have to have the whole thing. So I've been good with kind of my mind control, you know, what's the word? Oh, I can't remember. My brain, it's late and I fell asleep on the sofa for a few hours. So yeah, it's been useful having the pre-portioned foods that I've already set out for when I'm here. When I go back home in a couple of days, again, I need to make some more meals and do the same thing. I have lost weight. I'm keeping track. I'm only weighing once a week. What I'm thinking of doing is doing like quarterly updates on here. That I'm hoping will just kind of spur me on to keep going. I haven't been active. I've been a lot less active and a lot less walking around here because I'm dog sitting an old dog, and there's only cats in here as well. I haven't done a huge amount. My husband's also home, and so he had a bug which he's still getting over, but he's feeling better enough to where he's doing some of the jobs now. My step count is half of what it normally is, which is quite funny. The gym still hasn't been made up yet. Once I'm done pet sitting, that's what I'll be doing next. And then I can feel like I can start using the gym a bit more. Bye.